I found some mind-blowing stats about wealth and wealth creation. And I think, one of the big changes or the big differences between my wealthy friends and my not so wealthy friends are the way they think about money. The wealthy friends feel and they know deep down inside that wealth is out there. They just have to tap into it. And these stats definitely prove that mindset. So, stat number one, did you know that the world gained 5.2 million millionaires last year? That's a tongue twister and a half. And in the US right now, 1,700 people, so 1,700 people, are becoming millionaires every single day. So it's not just like one shot thing. Every single day, 1,700 people are becoming millionaires. Now, get this, there are almost 22 millionaires right now in the USA. It's like 21,951,000 millionaires right now. And this makes up 39% of the world's total 56 million millionaires. Now, that increased 10% over last year. Now, what happened over the past couple of years? We had a pandemic. We had fear in the market. We had uncertainty. We had people closing in. So how do the world's richest people, how do they actually, build more wealth when things are going down? The same thing with what's going on right now. We are entering into a recession, or we're already in a recession. It doesn't matter. That point is moot. What does matter is what you do with the opportunity that is presenting itself for you right now. So we just saw a 10.5% increase in the total number of millionaires from last year to this year because of the pandemic. So millionaires' wealth is created in times of uncertainty, and that's exactly what we're heading back into now. So 1.1% of the world's total population are millionaires. And this adds up to about 56 million people. Now, this group collectively, so as a whole, this 1.1% of the world's population, they have about $191.6 trillion, and they control 46% of the world's wealth. So let's say half of the world's wealth is controlled by 1.1% of the population. Now, like I said, I've got very wealthy friends. I've got not so wealthy friends. The wealthy friends think about things differently. They do things differently. And this is what puts them in that top 1.1%. So I'm really excited to have Sanjay on with us in just a little bit. Now, what kind of profession produces the most amount of millionaires, right? There's all sorts of professions out there. You could be an actor, and high-paid actor. You could be in, oil and gas. You could be in finance, whatever it is. The finance and investment profession has the most number of millionaires. In fact, it has the most number of billionaires. 371 billionaires are in the finance and investment profession. So fortunately, we are in the investment space with Multifamily Mondays, the Multifamily Conference, the channel, everything we're doing. So you're in the right spot. You are in the right sector. And one of the things is, the way I approach things is, when I'm looking to enter a space or accomplish a goal, I have to make sure I'm in the right spot, right? It's kind of like with the real estate market. You don't want to look for a high growth market and end up in the middle of nowhere in the desert, right? That's not a high growth market. You have to find the right spot, and that will be the wind pushing against your back, pushing against your sails, giving you that extra boost forward. You have to be in the right spot. And finance and investment, it certainly is the right spot, because 371 billionaires find themselves working in finance and investments, and it also has the most number of millionaires. So who are millionaires? Like, what do they look like? What is the avatar? With everything we do, whether it's with the conference, whether it's with our Discover Multifamily students, whatever we're working on, we always build an avatar. So who is the person? So what we do is, when we go through the exercise, I think in my head, okay, well, what do they look like? What are their fears? What are they looking to achieve? What's their name? It really helps out when you give that avatar a name. So instead of saying, my customer, you say, well, it's John, it's, Patricia, it's Susie, whatever, Amy, whatever it is. So what does the average millionaire look like? What's their avatar? Well, the average millionaire is 57 years old, but 19%, so almost 20%, 1 in 5 millionaires are between the ages of 18 and 31. Now, that's going to be a large part in the tech sector. but 18 and 31, 19% of millionaires are between the ages of 18 and 31. So it doesn't matter if you're a young guy like I used to be, or if you're an older person, it doesn't matter, because the average age of the average age of a millionaire is 57 years old, but 20% of them fall between 18 and 31. So we've covered millionaires, but now let's add a B and talk about billionaires. I need my money gun. All right. So in the US has 724 billionaires, according to Forbes. That was in 2021. And worldwide, there were 2,755. So 2,755 billionaires in the world, with an increase of 660 in just 1 year. So again, same thing with the millionaires. The total number of millionaires increased by 10.5% because of the pandemic, because of the lockdowns, because of the fear it created. Billionaires, it was the same thing. 661 billionaires were created in just a single year. So what are they doing differently? How are they thinking differently to achieve that wealth? And half of the billionaires were between 50 and 70 years old. So now I want to focus on the actual money part. So these people have accrued, they have assembled large portfolios. That's their wealth. But how much money is actually in the hands of these billionaires? So about $5 trillion is in the hands of just 745 US based billionaires. $5 trillion is in the hand of just 745 people in the United States right now. Now, compare that with the $3 trillion that is shared amongst the bottom half of American households. So you take the bottom half of households across the US, so the 50% and below, take all of that wealth, add it together, that's just $3 trillion. But you add up the top wealth of the top 745 million American billionaires, that's $5 trillion. Now, the total net worth of American billionaires rose 70% during the pandemic. 70% increase in wealth. So while most people were scared, they were fearful, they changed how they were doing things in a negative way because of the pandemic, billionaires shifted their mindset. They thought about things differently, and they massively increased their wealth. Imagine having a 70% increase in terms of your paycheck, 70% increase in terms of your total portfolio, dollar value, 70% increase in annual cash flow, whatever it is. That is a huge number. So what are they doing differently? How are they thinking to put themselves in the right spot to seize that opportunity? So about 55% of adults worldwide have less than $10,000 in assets. So we're talking worldwide now. 55% of adults worldwide have less than $10,000 in assets. Now, 32.8%, so let's round it up to say 33%, have between $10,000 and $100,000. So 33% of adults worldwide have between $10,000 and $100,000 in assets. Now, these are US dollars. Now we go up to the 11.1%. 11.1% of the world adult population has between $100,000 and $1 million. That's 11.1% to have between $100,000 and $1 million. But when we really narrow things down, we're talking about 1.1% of the world's population are millionaires. So I want to get inside their brains, especially the billionaires. I want to get inside their brain and really find out how they're thinking about things, how they're approaching problem solving, how they're building frameworks, how they're building their systems, because what they're doing is a lot different than what everybody else is doing. And at the end of the day, money piles up. The more value you create, the more money, the more you are rewarded by the economy. So that's why I'm very excited to have Sanjay join us in just a couple minutes when he's going to come on and talk about wealth creation and the psychology of it. Because the more I've been around, the more I talk to very successful people, it's the small changes. It doesn't have to be drastic changes. It's the small changes on how you perceive problems, how you analyze problems, how you implement solutions, how you build systems and frameworks. Those are the small tweaks that are that can make the difference between being, part of a general population and then moving yourself to that 1.1% of the population that are enjoying all the fruits of their labor right now. Hey, thanks for watching. I've got 2 other great clips for you to watch right over here, and let me know what you think. Leave a comment, hit the like button. It really helps out the channel. And until next time, happy investing.